Hello everyone, my name is Professor Anne-Marie Kilday and I'm the Vice Chancellor at the University of Northampton. I'm also a Professor of Criminal History at the University. It's great to be here. This is day 2 of my new job and I've been given some questions that you would like me to answer. Are you excited to be joining the University of Northampton? I think it would be bad if I said no, right? So yes, of course I'm excited to be joining the University of Northampton. It's a big job, it's a big challenge, and I do feel a real sense of responsibility because obviously I'm looking after all the staff and all the students and all the stakeholders, but I think it's a really great time to take up this job at the same time. We've got lots of things we're going to work on together. Developing a new strategy and things like that. And there's a lot of challenges, of course, in the higher education sector. But I think if we work together, we will get there and we will be a much more positive, welcoming and inclusive place at the end of it. Will students see you around on campus? We'd love to say hi. Absolutely, students will see me around on campus. I plan to be in most days, certainly in the kind of first year of the job. I want to be seen, but I also want to kind of get to know the place. I worked in my previous institution for a number of years and I don't know Northampton very well, so I figured that the best way to get to know it was to kind of be here a lot. So I'm planning to do that. I'm planning to have a kind of open door policy where staff and students can come say hi and talk to me about things. There will be a set time every week. You can come and rock up. You don't need an appointment and you can just come and talk to me about whatever's on your mind. Good stuff as well as bad stuff, I'm hoping. I'm also happy to come to events or student society meetings or program meetings, anything like that that you want me to come along and listen to. I'm happy to do that. So yes, I will definitely be around. Next question, will you be working with the student unions and bodies to influence decisions made about our university? Absolutely. So I will be working a lot with the Students' Union. I've already had a couple of meetings with the SAB officers and other colleagues from the Students' Union, and I'm very much looking forward to working with them. They've got some great ideas that I know they want to implement. And I think as we move into thinking about a new strategy for the university, the Students' Union will be absolutely central in the development of that, because they will help us get the student voice when we try to build the strategy from the bottom up rather than it being a top-down strategy. Also, absolutely will work with other bodies that will influence what happens to the university. So external bodies and other stakeholders that will impact upon the student experience at Northampton. I will absolutely be involved in that and be an advocate for what the students want. The student voice is absolutely central to what I'm interested in and to what will shape the University of Northampton going forward. And these are not empty words. I really want to do things a bit differently. I want the student voice to take the lead in how we shape the university. And that means not just present students, but thinking about future students and how they might want us to look like and what they might want us to offer. And also past students, alumni, and getting them more involved in what we do. And celebrating student successes, I think, is really key. When I first applied for the job at Northampton, I noticed that on the website, all the students were really serious and looked really focused. And on the one hand, that's great, but I was like, do they have fun here? So I want to sort of get the right balance, if you see what I mean, in terms of the student experience, both thinking about them having a good time, but also having a good learning experience as well. And getting that balance right, I think, is really important. What will your priorities be as our new Vice-Chancellor? Well, I think getting everyone back to campus and making the campus as vibrant and engaging as it possibly can be, because it's just so brilliant a place to be, that's got to be one of my first priorities. I think making sure everything's as it should be is a second priority, and I mean that in terms of the student experience, but also the staff experience at the university. And thirdly, and the thing that I've been tasked with doing by our Board of Governors, is to come up with a new strategy for the university. So the one we have is run out, so we need a new one. And I want it to be something that we all co-create together. And the last question is, as you're a professor in criminal history, will you be lecturing at the University of Northampton? And the answer to that is yes. A colleague in the history subject area has already asked me to do a couple of lectures, but I'm also planning on proposing a new module for the history, maybe criminology team. My idea was to do something called In Cold Blood, Violence in Modern Britain and America. So looking at the 20th century, crime in Britain and America, and looking at sort of key themes like gangsters, like serial killing, happy subjects like that. But I think students would really like it, and I really think it's important that as Vice-Chancellor I do some teaching, because it keeps me in touch with the student experience and how they're experiencing teaching and learning and assessment at the university, but it also keeps me in touch with the staff experience too. I think that's all the questions I have, but please keep them coming. I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.